is off to school and work, waiting for some fun while my boss acts like a jerk. Pro show afternoons, midnight sketch can't come too soon. The afternoon sketch can't come too soon. But at night I'm filled with dread. I know just what I'll do instead. Come on and follow me. It's time, you see, for Lorn and Apllo. Time to laugh and learn. Come feel the burn of what the fandom was. What random fun doesn't escape. Isn't it great? Late night with Lorn and Apllo.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our inaugural episode of the Lorn and Apllo show on that pod place. If you guys are here, thanks for actually making the switch with us. I'm glad you were all able to find us. You may notice that Apollo is looking a little different this week.
A little whiter and, yeah.
Stockier.
Like, I'm not stockier than Kevin. Kevin is wider than I am.
No, you're very stocky. You're very, very short and compact.
Am I George Costanza?
A little bit. Can you do a George Costanza voice?
Not really. No, not really.
Try it. I'll bet you could.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I honestly, I don't think I could.
No, that's too bad. You get shouty sometimes, and it reminds me a little bit of George.
Does it remind you of George, or does it remind you of Frank Costanza?
Oh, Frank, too. I love Frank.
Serenity now! The doctor told me to say serenity now! Did he tell you to scream it?
I miss that show sometimes.
I do too.
As you guys may have sussed out, Kevin is not with us again this week. It's likely that he'll be out for a little bit, but we're hoping that he'll be back soon. In the meantime, Marvin has graciously agreed to step in when he can. I do want to give some programming notes so that you all are aware. Because Kevin is not going to be here next Friday and Trish is not going to be available either, we're likely to interrupt the Cinema of series until one or both of them can be back. However, Martin is going to be joining us next Friday for a topic that he has suggested, which is George Lucas doesn't really understand how to write redemption. So we're going to be debating that topic on Friday, which I think will be a lot of fun. Haven't figured out the schedule for next Tuesday's show yet, but we'll bat that around in the background and get something figured out for that.
Hey, the Boba Fett show went really well, I thought.
That's actually, I think this again goes towards my thesis that I think Star Wars is not as dead as many people claim it is.
That's what I keep saying, man. I keep getting shouted at when I say it.
I know. It's the base is in a mood, but there's still obviously an attraction to the series. And one of the fun things that I've been doing this week, we can go around the horn on this, is that my son and I have been watching Andor this week. He had never seen it, and he's been floored by it. So that's been kind of fun being able to introduce him to.
I feel like we should save the Star Wars talk for when Trish is on the show, because she probably want to participate.
She loves that so much.
Before you bring her on though, we should talk about things like the Beatles maybe, or Scream, or
Yep. What do you have to say to that, Your Majesty?
It was literally because I didn't think I was going to come on next, and I was about to type in the background like, "I hate you, Marv," in the background. Hi, everybody.
She actually has that as her copy paste, like ready to go, like every day.
Oh, totally. You have to have it at the ready.
So, what have you been up to?
Oh, I was saying to Lorn before we got on here, I'm like, I always feel like I'm so boring. I don't have anything exciting to say. But if we're talking about stuff that we watched, I'm going to continue sounding like the old lady that I am and say The People's Court, because I love my old lady court shows where judges yell at people when they try to get money and they shouldn't get any.
I haven't seen The People's Court since Wapner was still alive. Who's running that show now?
Well, it's technically over, but I watch it on YouTube. But it was Judge Million for like 20 plus seasons or something. She ran it for like a really long time, and I like her. She's like a feisty Latina who yells at people, and I enjoy it.
I like Judge Mills Lane.
Oh, I miss him too. Yeah. I remember that.
Is he dead?
Back in the day. Well, let's find out.
He's got to be, right? Like, he was old then.
Pull up the Wikipedias.
Yes, died in 2022 in Reno, Nevada.
He was he was also always the referee on Celebrity Deathmatch, one of my favorite claymation shows.
Yep. I was about to say not that long ago, but it's 4 years ago, which is longer than 2022 feels. But anyway,
I see that. I think this is Hawaii Boy 6936 is saying, "I want to love Star Wars again. It was so much of my childhood." Yeah, my son is actually having a friend over tomorrow, and he's going to introduce him to the original Star Wars trilogy. He's never seen it before.
What?
So, yeah. So that'll be kind of an interesting experience, I think.
One of my favorite things to watch on YouTube has become reaction videos. And I like watching these videos of like the dads who are like showing Star Wars to like their little kids, and they get to the Darth Vader reveal, and like they're like 6 or 7, so they don't know it yet. And just watching their minds get blown by it, like there's just something special about that.
I saw a dog get scared at it. Like the dog immediately pegged that this character is no good and went running out of the room. It was very cute.
Well, yeah, he is. I mean, he's a scary guy. So,
I guess I did skip over you, Marvin, and asking what have you been up to this week. I went straight to Trish.
I went to the movies tonight. Took my wife out to the movies. We went and saw The Devil Wears Prada 2 because she needs things for her as well. It can't always be the Mario movie. But yes, we saw The Devil Wears Prada 2, and I thought it was good. I liked the first one. I thought the first one was very well done. I thought the second one kind of stepped on the, like, it kind of, I think, like, overrode the ending of the first one. Like,
so, not worth seeing in the theater then?
I mean, if you liked the first one, I would say, yeah, it's worth your time. Like, Stanley Tucci is really good in it. I don't like Anne Hathaway, but she is good in it.
I guess I'm feeling like this movie season is better than the last several years.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Would you say that it fits into this movie season, or is it more like what we've been getting in previous years?
I would say it fits into this movie season. There's entertainment value in it. There's nothing offensive in it, other than Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep, who I just have nothing but distaste for. But
that's like the whole movie, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, well, Meryl Streep I have like extreme distaste for. Like, she put out a thing today bashing Marvel, and all I've been doing professionally for the last 2 years has been bashing Marvel. And even though I was just like, how dare you? Like,
how actually?
Like, I was ready to go to bat for Feige. I was ready to go to bat for Feige and be like, look, it wasn't all that bad the last couple of years. Meryl Streep doesn't know what she's talking about. Just because I hate that woman so much. She called Harvey Weinstein God. She gave a standing ovation to Roman Polanski, and now she wants to virtue signal. I'm not buying it.
I want to bring in our next guest because I just remembered something. I had seen something earlier today. I don't know if it's real. I didn't have any time to look into it. But did you guys see that the Doomsday trailer supposedly leaked?
I saw an AI version of it.
I kind of thought that may be what it was, because it looked like it was footage taken on a cell phone from inside a theater. I'm guessing it's CinemaCon, but the fights to me looked a little bit like what we saw from Sea Dance, so I wasn't sure.
Yes, no, what you saw was AI, because it's probably the same one I saw, and yeah, it's absolutely AI, but apparently it is like based on the synopsis of what was reported.
So is this like the short clip that was out maybe a couple of days ago with Thor sort of drifting Mjolnir over to Steve, who may now be Nomad?
Yeah, I believe so.
Which makes me wonder, is it supposed to be zero gravity? Is that why it's drifting that way? Why are they standing if it's zero gravity?
No, it's because Steve has the ability to draw Mjolnir to him. He already did
I know that, but it was just drifting. It wasn't like the normal pull that you see in the Marvel. At least the clip I saw.
It was drifting drifting very slowly.
A leisurely stroll.
Yeah.
The one that I saw was like 2 to 3 minutes long. Is that the same one that you saw?
So what Martin is describing is a clip from that larger video that you also saw. Yes, which is what I saw.
What I saw was not leisurely drifting, though. It was definitely the pull.
Oh, did it snap? Oh, then maybe you saw something different.
Yeah, okay.
But the fighting that I saw looked like Sea Dance.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. I thought it was too. So I'm pretty sure whatever I saw was not the real thing. But I guess time will tell. I haven't heard anybody else talking about it, so that was another kind of tell that this is probably not the real thing, but you never know. Martin, what have you been up to? What have you been watching?
Well, I've been doing a lot of listening to audiobooks this week because I started reading the Callista trilogy of the Star Wars Legends stuff, and I remembered as I started reading it, I read this when I was in middle school, and it was bad then. So I'm just going to get the abridged audio versions and listen through, and it was bad still.
Children of the Jedi, it starts off bad. I feel like it gets better in the middle of the story. It's passable. Planet of Twilight is a nightmare of a novel. I just hate that novel. I don't remember it being a trilogy, though. What's the one I'm not thinking of?
Let me take a look back at, because I have all this in my app. Give me just a second here.
I actually kind of liked the idea of the Eye of Palpatine. That seemed on brand for the type of weapon that Palpatine would have.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It was just poorly executed.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Children of the Jedi, Darksaber, and Planet of Twilight.
Darksaber?
They're counting Darksaber as part of the Callista trilogy?
Yeah.
I don't remember her even being in it, and that one's written by Kevin J. Anderson.
Yeah, he's still a clown.
Well, yeah, but I actually liked Darksaber. That's kind of one of the guilty pleasure novels for me.
Maybe for me, when the brain in the jar on Spiderleg shows up, I went, oh, yeah, it's just the same card he keeps pulling for everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
that sounded weird to someone who has no idea what you're talking about. The brain in the jar with spider legs.
Well, it's a Bamar monk.
Oh, I read these.
Yeah.
I read these.
That triggered it for him. He's like, oh, I remember that.
I remember that now.
That's where Bevel ends up.
He pulls the exact same thing in the prequel Dune novels. There's like these monks who do the same thing, and there's it's all the same nonsense.
I have another guest backstage. I'm waiting to see if he's going to signal me that I should bring him forward.
Oh my goodness.
Lorn, the signal is Red Wombat. When I say Red Wombat, bring me in. Don't let the crowd know. It's going to be our secret code word from now on. Safe word.
How am I going to... But I can't hear you say Red Wombat now.
Red Wombat.
Welcome our guest, WDW Pro.
That was seamless.
Hello, folks. Welcome aboard. Happy to be here. And guys, I'm here to celebrate that pod place being the new home of Lorn and Apollo. And of course, I assume we've told everybody that we may be without Apollo for a little bit. But yeah, this is a great thing. And YouTube is changing things up. Appreciate Marv filling in for the night. Of course, always good to see Martin Stone and Trish here. But yeah, you guys have been doing a great job covering all of these films of the past. And it's just a great asset and a great place for people to gather together. And after all the winning we did over on that game place, fun to join you guys for a few.
Yeah, you bet. And
cool.
And this year in particular, 1984, I feel like we're finally starting to get into the meat of the 80s, where the first few years were a little bit lean and we kind of had to fight to find stuff that was worthy to talk about. 84 was almost an embarrassment of riches. So I
I was like amazed at how awesome it was.
Lorn, I've been asked to serenade you tonight.
Well, then feel free.
One room to find them.
Wait a minute, that's your theme song. Lorn? Turn around. Look at what you seek in her eyes, her face. I don't remember.
Her face.
The vision of your dreams. Marvin, take it.
Make believe I'm everywhere, written in the light. Written on the pages is the answer to a never-ending story. I got it.
All right, Lorn, your turn. Go.
No.
Oh.
I don't remember the lyrics. If I remembered the lyrics, I would pick it up. But
I remember the lyrics.
All of Limal's work.
You know, I've never seen the Never-Ending Story.
Lauren,
Are you serious?
Let me say it again.
Yeah.
Let me say it again, Lauren. I want to hear it.
I want to hear it.
Not right now.
Yes, now, Dusty Bun.
Wait. Okay.
I know the lyrics from that scene.
You actually should watch that movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I want to. It's just kind of never come up.
Jack Black is the bully in the third one.
He's also the bully in the Mario movies, so we've come full circle.
That's true.
That is actually an excellent segue. Our first story for the night is Mario-themed coffins sold in Brazil.
Finally.
I know.
They got the blue shell.
We've been waiting for this. By Chamley?
If you'll think about that joke for a minute, folks, there are multiple layers to I think they got the blue shell. Just really let that soak in on the whole death joke thing. Never mind. Go ahead. Leave me behind on it.
A funeral company in Sao Paulo, Brazil, has started offering Mario-themed coffins, attracting attention from local media and online communities. The coffins feature designs inspired by the popular video game with bright colors and emblems based on characters such as Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Toad, and Yoshi.
No dry bones? What's going on? Missed opportunity.
The products are custom made for each client and produced in limited quantities. Families can choose from different color schemes and design details, allowing the coffins to reflect the deceased's personality or interests. Prices start at approximately 12,000 Brazilian... It says reais, but is that supposed to be reals? I don't know what Brazilian currency is.
And neither did I when I edited this.
I'll tell you this, guys. I will only pay for this if when they put my remains in one of these Mario things, I want a speaker inside. Don't open it up, okay? Just speaker inside, and I want it to play. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Nope.
Da 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 da.
That is the wrong tone to play.
Da 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 da.
That's your problem with it?
Da 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 da.
Wrong one?
What are you looking for? Are you trying to find the audio? He is. I knew it. We're on the same page.
That's perfect.
Yeah, but that's going to be hard to loop over and over.
Wait, you know what I'm
That's
realizing?
when
You know what I'm realizing?
You close the coffin.
Just for when we're done with this story, has Trish seen Lorn of the Wings?
It doesn't sound familiar.
Trish has never seen Lorn of the Wings.
Trish, it's actually considered one of the most important movie trailers of our time. We'll have
Trish, you understand that Lorn loves chicken, right?
Yeah, sure. I definitely
when we were out with Lorn to eat when he was here in Orlando, all the man would eat was chicken. Everywhere we went, it was just chicken. So gimmicked up something.
All right. Well, before I play this, I want to say, folks, it is so amazing that we have moved this now to that pod place, which has like 1/400th of the subscribers of the Pro channel. I'm not saying that to be mean, it's more than that. But the thing is, you all came over here and found this. And if you're not subscribed to that pod place, please do so that you can keep enjoying Lorn and Apollo, the Hollywood Backlot with Lou and you, the Genre Guys, and so much more. But yeah, we'll be happy to play that. Trish, this is, I guess, the movie of our generation.
All right.
I grew up through wars, poverty, and my life's falling apart. But Wilton's life, well, he's never really lived.
That wasn't it.
What are you doing?
Hang on. How do you work this thing? Hang on.
What?
The shadow grows. We must act. The enemy has found the roost. Our arrows are ready, but we need a plan. Then we fly to Mordor. Flock for the plan. By the lines of roost. Take that, you brave. What have they done?
Mountains where the borders are lost. Through the woods where the ancient ones sing, I hear the call of the elder ring. One sword to guide me, one heart to bind me through snow and flame, through night and sky.
You're out in the countryside and you see chicken. Try to look a chicken in the eye with great intensity, and the intensity of stupidity that is looking back at you is just amazing.
The intensity of stupidity that is looking back at you.
The intensity of stupidity that is looking back.
I'm only shocked that we returned to this stream and Lorn is not, in fact, eating chicken. I really thought he would not be able to withstand watching that. And
it is the Harold and Kumar go to White Castle of our time. It makes you want to have chicken fingers. But like, I love just like the look of evil glee on his face as he's fighting the chickens.
Here's what I hope. I hope that Joe Rogan at some point discovers me and calls me on his podcast. I hope that Tim Pool has me. And listen, I'll go on Megyn Kelly. I'll go all of them, right? I'll be on Good Morning America. And the only reason I'll do any of it is because I want that giant paycheck that lands where I can hand this off and say, I want you to make Lord of the Wings, the full movie. Somebody go at it, have at it. And we get a 90. No, it's not. It's more than 90, a trilogy.
Yeah,
of Lord of the Wings.
My favorite part of you playing that is I know Marv has seen that I don't know how many times, and he's still grinning and laughing like an idiot in the background.
So I have access to the That Park Place StreamYard, so I go in there sometimes. I just pop into like a recording room and just watch that trailer because I laugh so hard every time.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. How about this? Let's set a little super chat goal out here. Here on That Pod Place. We probably haven't done a super chat goal on That Pod Place in forever. I'll tell you what. If we can get 5 super chats over here, I'll release that as a member exclusive video so folks can just go watch it anytime they want to have fun. Lorn of the Wings release. All right, we'll start that goal. We can
and then so Wizard and I have both taken the Werner Herzog masterclass on filmmaking.
As you should.
We were talking about it, and we were just like sharing like quotes. You remember the one that just sticks out is the storyboard is the tool of the coward. We said that to Carol last night, and she was not amused by that.
He is an insane genius.
He really is.
Martin, I sense that you have
Trisha said in the chat, I really do want some nuggets now. Not gonna lie.
I really do.
It is not. I don't know if we haven't done this forever. It's not allowing me to put the super chat goal up. I'll just say this, Lorn, you keep track for me. If we hit 5, let me know. We'll release Lord of the Wings. Okay, folks. 5 super chats is all we need.
Is there a minimum value on those that are required?
They must be teal, but I'm already looking out there and I see 1. Can I get
we've had 3. Are we counting the ones that have already come in? Or
I wish we could, but YouTube rules, they are what they are, even if they're not official.
Got it. Okay. So 5 moving forward from
4.
where we are.
We got Solstice Studios in there. We're getting 4 now.
All right. So we'll do that.
All
right. Stand by.
So, but like, so like when I'm watching that and like the rooster, like the chickens, like there's that moment where the chickens are like, oh, like I start laughing right there because I know what's coming, and I'm just so delighted by every time I see Lord.
So Lorn, you know I got to do the studio reveal and the face reveal and all that, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I think when we do that show, and it's going to be a big show, we're gonna advertise it. People are going to know it's happening. I think that given I'm willing to step out there and do something I have held off so long on doing, I think you should spend that entire show sitting there eating chicken nuggets. The entire show.
Chicken strips probably, but
you won't do
as long as As long as I can pace myself, then that's probably a deal we can make.
Are you a white meat or a dark meat guy?
White, all the way.
Same.
No dark meat.
No dark meat.
You won't eat. Okay, so let's get this straight now. Because you've said that you'll devour chickens and you hate them, but you also love them. But apparently you don't love all of the chicken.
Well, we already determined I also don't eat the gizzards.
What do you do with the dark meat, Lorn?
Donate it.
He puts it in the back of the fridge.
Well, like Walter donates his hair.
There's lots of starving children in China who don't have access to dark chicken meat.
Well, thank
Apollo's
goodness
not here to laugh at that for you, Marv.
Thank goodness you're putting that on dry ice and putting it all over Beijing.
I realized we didn't have the ebony shield here tonight.
You're the standard. That's supposed to be you.
I don't know. I don't know if he can quite fill those shoes.
Wait. So do I have the power tonight? Like, do I have that power to like?
Absolutely. It's like an honorary position. Sure.
Listen, Solstice Studios is carrying this. 4 super chats already. We need one more, and I'll release Lorn of the Wings.
Like we're all silent, like with breath that is bated. Like
there it is.
There it is. O2RR pushing it across the line. All right, I'm going there right now. I'm going to release it right now. I mean, I put out a Lisa Kudrow video at the end of the evening. That's not going to do anything. Of all the videos that will do something, it won't be Lisa Kudrow. So let's get that going.
So since we've got those up, we may as well go through them. We've got from Spring 91 Bear for 6, 1984, the year of the LA Olympics, and VP Vance was born.
That next 84 LA Olympics gave us John Williams' Olympics theme. That is spectacular.
That's right. Juliet for 5 British pounds sterling. Morning late night live with Lorn, Apollo, and chat. Congratulations on your move to that pod place. And thank you, Juliet, for spreading the word, letting people know that we're here, and for being here modding as usual. And now, the cascade of messages from Solstice Studios. We've got the first one for 5, Lorn of the Wings. The second one for 5, Hail Queen Trish. The third one for 5, Super Marvin. The fourth one for 5, Martin Stone on the X-Files. We have from O2RR for $4.99. Thank you, panel, for tonight's stream, as it's been a bit of a tough evening for me. Who here has seen The Untrainable Dragon?
I have.
Toothless is amazing.
I think I'm probably the only one here who's seen it, because I don't think Pro or Lorn, we didn't do that the day you guys were in Epic, but it is incredible. It really is.
I've seen video of it, and it does look amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm releasing it right now. Folks, stay here on the stream. Don't go anywhere, but I'm going to release Lorn of the Wings on the Pro channel in 3, 2, 1. It's out there.
Hey, O2RR, sorry to hear you having a rough night tonight.
Yeah, seriously.
Stay on the sunny side and keep moving forward.
Absolutely. We have another one from Solstice for 5, and go WDW Pro.
Goal! Oh, you're going to love the thumbnail for this.
For Lord of the Wings?
Oh, yeah. It's a great thumbnail. Look at Lorn. He's he can't stand it. He wants to see that thumbnail now.
I know you always have fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
We do have from Ken and Barnes for 5. Lorn, what's your favorite side dish with fried chicken?
Oh, my gosh. This is a phenomenal question.
Yeah, really good.
Fried okra, mashed potatoes, cream of corn, etc. Honestly, most of the time I don't have a that's actually right. I don't usually have a side dish with it. It's usually just a great big pile of chicken. But on the occasions when I do, it's probably going to be either fries or mashed potatoes. Either one of those is going to be perfectly acceptable to me. And
Agreed.
Toast is also excellent with it.
Like Texas toast?
I thought he was going to say chicken tears.
I mean, like if we're going to KFC, then like it's mashed potatoes and gravy and coleslaw.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe one of the biscuits.
Or I'm going to use the word that you all hate as well, JoJo's. I'll use JoJo's too.
What?
So.
Are you a KFC guy, Lorn?
What's a JoJo?
Are you a KFC guy?
From time to time, yeah.
I'm not a KFC guy.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
How come?
Popeyes? Do you like Popeyes?
Never been to
Popeyes. Popeyes. 10 years ago, I would not say the same thing, but Popeyes' quality has just cratered.
So even their biscuits are great.
We tried to go to Popeyes because they had a one-piece meal, and my wife wanted that. She's like, "Oh, let's go get the one-piece meal." So we go there. I'm like, "Yeah, can we get the can we get the one-piece meal, please? And they were like, oh, well, we're out of chicken. Can you wait 15 minutes? And I'm like, you're out of chicken. You're Popeyes.
Right. So not one piece of chicken, but one piece the show.
Exactly.
Oh, all right, that makes much more sense. And I'll do you one better. I went to a KFC one night that was completely out of chicken. They had no chicken whatsoever. It wasn't even a 15-minute wait. It's that we have no chicken.
Was it that they had no chicken, or did they see you coming and they're like, we don't have enough chicken?
I was genuinely confused. It's like I ordered chicken strips and they said, well, we haven't got any. And I tried to order some other chicken thing and they said, no, you don't understand. We literally have no chicken. I said, you are Kentucky Fried Chicken. And they said, yes, we are aware of this. But somehow
the irony is not lost.
So Lorn walked away with a gallon of the Colonel's brown gravy and was satisfied.
No, it was actually a very disappointing night. I was not happy.
So I will regret for the rest of my life that there was a protest outside the KFC near my college, and somebody was holding a sign that said KFC kills chickens. And I wanted to make a sign and go back that says, and fries them up golden brown and delicious.
With 11 herbs and spices.
Oh, that says, and they can be yours for the low price of.
Wait, so what was it like? Was it like PETA protesting it?
Yeah, it was PETA.
Here's what I've never understood. I don't get. Listen, I there are vegans out there who I understand their logic, but I don't understand the logic from vegans or vegetarians who say that they don't want these creatures to die, because I question their biology teachers. Because all creatures die, and it tends to not be a pleasant process. So I've never understood, if every creature dies, why we would be angry that the creature dies. It's kind of part of the whole game. You don't get out of this thing alive. None of us. Not even chicken.
I think there is a difference in category when you raise something to kill it. I mean, I'm going to do that anyways. It's delicious, but
yeah, no, I could see that.
Well,
but what other kind of what kind of life is a chicken having out in the wild?
Honestly,
I mean, they are
period.
They are not aware they're alive. That's
they are like when you look into the eyes of a chicken, like Werner said, the intensity of the stupidity that's staring back at you.
Okay, take the cows for example, right? Okay, so I don't want to be mean to any creature. I really don't like being inhumane. There are ways to end the lives of creatures that are not inhumane. However, cows, if they live to long, ages as cows, if they live into their elderly bovine years, all of them die from the same thing. Usually, right? There is the ticking time clock that their teeth are actually ground down to the point they can't chew the grass anymore, and they die of starvation. Oh. It's in the cows, that's the book of bovine. So I'm inclined to say, if I'm a cow, I'd rather go out,
Now we need a book of bovine fat.
So now you're saying...
I was going to say, it's like, you've already done Lord of the Rings. Now I want you to do the book of bovine fat.
Can I do a fake Angel Studios thing? The book of bovine?
So basically what you're saying is veal is perfectly all right to eat.
No, I don't do young animals. I think if a creature is born, it deserves to have a life. And so I don't do veal, and I don't do lamb.
I do veal.
So what's now the cutoff then? What do you decide? It's like, you've had enough years.
Yeah.
3 years, 33 days, and 15 minutes.
You don't know what you're missing. Veal's amazing.
No, veal is delicious, but I don't eat it because I just don't like the confinement stuff. I think if an animal is going to exist, it needs to have some space.
But you can really taste the sadness.
And the foie gras is evil too. When you shove a thing down the goose or the duck and you force it to overeat so that its liver is, all that is just awful. Be kind to all God's creatures, but also understand we all have an exit point. And if you can do it the right way, the nice way, there's nothing wrong with eating meat, I don't think.
In the original series, Spock says that we all live on death, even vegetarians.
And I'll say this too, and that's very profound. If it doesn't have a brain or the ability to think, I don't have any problem. Like
a chicken.
I'm not going to sit around and think, oh gosh, was this a young scallop? No, I don't care.
You guys are putting way too much thought into this.
And now Marv wants a veal scallopini.
This is why Mom.
I'm like thinking about veal parmigiano right now. Oh man,
just eat it. Just eat it.
Just
so
eat
tender.
it. Eat it.
Freedom Seeker has been waiting for minutes at this point. I've got to get to him. $4.99. Lorn, the anti-chicken jockey.
I was looking for any clip that I could play to interrupt you there. It would have been so funny, but I couldn't find one.
Man, as Lorn is with chickens, I think I might be with cows. Like anything, veal, burgers, steaks. I mean, I've even had tripe.
Ugh.
I enjoyed it.
There is a disgusting thing. I used to have to sell tripe, and it was like, it's just disgusting.
My grandfather was highly impressed when we were at an Italian restaurant, and he had tripe, and I tried it and liked it.
Oh, Marv, I know you're Italian, but what do you think about haggis? I've had
haggis. I've had haggis. I like it.
Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Lauren's face.
I'm not happy right
Lauren, do you eat chicken livers?
No.
Fried? You wouldn't eat a fried chicken liver?
Well, let me put it this way. I don't know the answer to that question because I was very young when I had a chicken liver.
Oh,
so I know I didn't like it then, but
Was it grainy?
I don't even remember. I just remember
what a
I didn't
word.
like it. So
grainy is a word. Really grainy does it for you?
No, like in that context, was it grainy chicken liver? Like,
hold on.
Grainy.
Livers can be grainy.
I'll fix it. Lauren, was it moist?
I just remember it as stinking. I remember thinking that it just smelled awful.
That was not actually a liver, Lauren. That was the spleen. I'm sorry.
I don't think I ate a chicken spleen. I've never even heard of anybody making a chicken spleen.
How do you really find the spleen?
What's that?
How do you find the spleen? It's every kid's favorite game when they're slaughtering chickens.
You've never played it, Lauren?
Hey kids, are you ready to eat the chicken? First you gotta find the spleen and then make a wish.
What?
Yeah, and then you play bladder ball where you blow up the bladder and bounce it around.
This is a sick, sick man. This is somebody who has some problems.
Have you never seen the...
This goes out to all my fat finger super chat homies. Snark Dog, turn it up.
And they use something they call pyroprocessing. The interesting thing is they call it pyroprocessing, but it's a molten salt process. They're dissolving this thing in a molten salt, and they're doing electrochemistry on it.
I love that clip.
I love that clip too.
It kills me every time because of the music. It's the music that does me in on that.
Cape Canaveral says, honestly, I have heard of bladder ball, which goes to prove the internet theory that you can say anything, no matter how ridiculous, and it exists.
There's an episode of Parks and Recreation where Ron Swanson has Meet Your Meat when he brings Big Tom to the park, and he's like, which one of you kids wants to help me blow up the bladder into a fun ball to play with?
Isn't that that's not far off from reality though? Because I've always thought that when you go into a seafood place or a grocery store and they're like, pick your lobster, I just think that's awful. I mean,
kill that.
This one amuses me.
They haven't done anything to me. I don't really have animosity towards any of these creatures.
Oh, no. I love the power trip of that moment. I wish you could do it with steaks. I would love to walk out there in the middle of the farm and be like him.
I wish they'd bring a little menu with a bibliography on the lobster, like tell me about him, which one, so we can judge which one should die. Okay, this is Mildred. Mildred has had 12 years out in the wild in the cold.
Oh, no, I don't want the backstory.
You don't want that?
No.
I feel like I'm blind to the choice at that point.
I think he wants to be like Comatus in Gladiator. Capriciously deciding.
Yeah. I was
just...
I completely lost it. I had something. Oh, no. But, I like to watch, the Bearded Butcher on YouTube. You ever see the Bearded Butchers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're great. They break down, a whole side of beef into, all the individual steaks. I think that's fascinating.
The thing that I find disturbing is I think there's various Asian cultures that are into eating octopus live.
No, it's
live.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, you ever seen that? That's like it's like
cool.
I've
like,
seen
no,
it,
that-
but no.
yeah, that's when you've gone too far for me. It's like, first of all,
Well, because they're intelligent, right?
not only that, it's like, but think about trying to swallow a live octopus. This feels to me like it's going to be a fight. I don't want my food actually fighting back as it's going down.
You don't want
belly.
you don't want it to have a chance?
Not really. No, I'm not into that.
I think it's just something to mess with the gaijin.
When people ask me like how I like my steak, I always quote Frasier. There's an episode of Frasier where he's like, "My God, a skilled veterinarian could still save this."
That's a good line.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that. I want it.
I say I want it where a skilled veterinarian could still save it.
All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to go write that down. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Good. Well, he's gone, but it was good to have you here, Pro. Glad that you stopped by.
Bladder ball. Everybody go play it.
The man has odd hobbies.
Except in 38 states where I've just discovered it is very, very illegal, and I apologize to YouTube profusely. I did not know that bladder ball is actually outlawed in 38 states and 57 countries.
Is Florida one of them?
No, apparently you can do whatever the heck you want in Florida.
That's right.
In the state of Florida.
According to law, you can eat the bladder while you're riding a lawnmower wrestling a gator. Huh? Very specific.
Cape Canaveral says you wrap them around a stick before you eat them. They don't unwrap until they're in the stomach. This is
horrific.
not making it any better. It's like, this is awful.
No.
But if they don't
I think that made it
unwrap
worse.
till they're in the stomach, then you've eaten the stick too.
I think it's kind of like a lollipop. You just stick it in there and just like suck it off.
Okay, we officially need to stop talking about this. It's making me sick to my stomach.
Are you sure this is a real thing?
I've seen it, yeah. And it's not
I
pleasant.
have never heard about this.
Yeah, I saw a video of a girl trying to eat one and it clung to her face.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Did you ever see the video? There's like a video series where Gordon Ramsay like had his children like when they were kids, like raise. I think it might have been their Thanksgiving turkey. Like raise it and then kill it. Like, because he wanted to teach them where food comes from.
I'd never eat turkey again.
No, you trust me, you would. Turkeys are mean, nasty birds. If you ever,
I do know how you feel about birds.
Yeah,
so.
no. If you met a turkey in real life, you would look forward to Thanksgiving like I do, because you're just like, oh, you asked for this one.
They tell the most boring stories.
They are.
I think birds
wretched.
sense your fear. Your weak prey. That's
It's
why
not
they come
fear.
after you.
It's not fear. They just don't like me.
You are absolutely terrified.
I'm not terrified.
Sorry, it's okay to be scared.
It's all right.
So we're going to get to something more a little bit in your wheelhouse, Marv, because you have actually been playing this week.
Oh, Pragmata.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of an interesting story. Kind of a sad one, but kind of an uplifting one, too. Father sees late daughter in Diana in heartwarming viral Reddit story.
Yeah, this is sad.
Jessica Lindstrom. Despite the discourse in certain corners of the internet about a cute little android girl, there is more good than bad about Capcom's recent game Pragmata, as gamers are discovering when they add it to their libraries. A Reddit user called The Real Duke made a post about how strongly Diana from Pragmata resembles his late daughter, Mackenzie Aaron, whom he tragically lost in 2009 at the age of 8. Mackenzie had seizures and atrial tachycardia since she was 11 months old, which developed into supraventricular tachycardia when she turned 8, the Reddit user said. When she was 8, Mackenzie had a seizure while playing outside and passed away 6 days later. Afterward, with the help of his second daughter, Ella, the real Duke discovered that his love of video games helped him unwind, and he began playing games like Fortnite and Red Dead Redemption. Soon to come was Pragmata, Capcom's new sci-fi action game which follows Hugh, a lunar engineer, and Diana, a state-of-the-art android who behaves exactly like a young girl, as they help each other escape a moon base that's been taken over by hostile AI. It was Ella who noticed the similarities between Diana and Mackenzie while watching the videos about the game. She told her father how much Diana reminded her of Mackenzie, so the real Duke bought Pragmata and played it with Ella. His conclusion? Diana is very much like both my daughters. There you can see some images comparing them.
Wow.
Yeah.
The father goes on to explain that playing Pragmata was very emotional for him, but also immensely helpful in his healing from the loss of his daughter. The real Duke says he may have gotten a bit teary-eyed, but he loved Pragmata, particularly playing it with Ella. He calls the game therapeutic for his soul. His Reddit post soon went viral, racking up 8,000 upvotes and over 300 supportive comments from other Pragmata fans. Soon, even the game's director himself, Cho Yong-hee, responded to the story, simply writing on X, "Thank you very much." Heartwarming stories like this prove that when made well, video games can evoke just as much emotion as a compelling story, and well-written characters do in novels, films, and other forms of media. There's been a lot of discourse surrounding Pragmata, to say the least, with very hostile people attacking anyone who enjoys the game, particularly young men who have expressed that Diana has made them want to be fathers. The comments towards these players who are simply enjoying a game are borderline disgraceful in their implications and, quite frankly, show what sort of people the angry parties are. However, a father playing Pragmata and seeing his lost daughter in Diana reinforces the emotion stirred in so many gamers when they protect Diana. Clearly, there's something special about this game. To end on a positive note, Pragmata continues to be successful, surpassing 1 million units sold worldwide just 2 days after its release on April 17th, 2026. So I've seen you playing a little bit of this, and I know that this game has had it's struck a chord with people because it does seem to be bringing out kind of the paternal instinct there. So I kind of wanted to get your take on it.
Well, first of all, if you share my screen that I just put up here, Lorn, the do you see it?
I do not. Oh, here it is. I got it.
Yeah. So the official Diana, the official Pragmata game account, which was posting under Diana at the time, shared it as well, which I thought was really nice.
Yep, that is.
But yes, this game is incredible. I mean, not only is it just, it's heartwarming, it's fun, it's, it's challenging. It's like, honestly, it's the best game I've played all year, in terms of like a new title that I picked up.
Wow.
It's very, very good. We're having a great time with it over on that Gameplace. Probably going to play more of it this weekend. Honestly, like if I wasn't doing it on that Gameplace, I would have probably beaten it already because I would have just like stayed up all night playing it.
I was going to ask you, do you have a sense of how deep into it you are?
I would assume I'm maybe a quarter to a halfway through. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. So not that deep, actually. That's pretty good.
Probably not. I hope I'm not that deep because I'm enjoying it that much. It's one of those games where it's like I'm liking it so much that I don't want to finish it really fast.
Yep. Those are special when you find those.
But like, so like you find these things that you can like 3D print to like give Diana like toys and like a TV and stuff like that. But like, I won't print them until she earns it. Like we have to be like like she has to do something really special, like in one of the levels. Like she has to like help solve a problem, or we have to beat like a big boss, and then I'll be like, "Okay, you've earned this," because like I don't want her to be spoiled.
So I'm going to ask the what does God need with a starship question? Why does an android need toys?
Because she's so advanced that she's developed consciousness and she basically acts like a child.
Okay.
Like she's so curious about it and she experiences fun. So it's not like she's like she's like a wide-eyed child.
All right. Have either of you played it, Martin, Trish?
No, I haven't.
No, I've just only heard of it.
Well, I know it's making some waves, and I haven't really looked into it that deeply. You would recommend this as a purchase, though, Marv?
Yeah, 100%. I think it would hit a chord with you. I think you'd like it. I think just about everybody would probably like this. I can't imagine not liking this game.
I always feel like a story about this is designed, though, to be emotionally manipulative in the way that I suspect at the climax she doesn't make it, or maybe you
if that
don't make
happens,
it.
If
so,
that happens, I'm going to be so pissed.
It's my way of looking at it is it's got to be you or her, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe they make you choose. Wouldn't that be awful?
I mean, she's a machine.
You just said that she's self-aware and
yeah, but now you're giving me the choice between me and her. So
I love that. Oh, I'd be so angry. Oh, but you're talking about me. No, that
right.
Oh, it's fine.
I mean, that's the proper moral order.
Sean, I see you asking, why is this on the wrong channel? We've been saying for weeks now that we were moving over here.
Yeah, there's no way he's being serious. It's one of his weird jokes.
Well, either way, we're here now, so this is where you'll be finding us from now on. I had a number of other stories lined up, but we're running kind of short on time, so I'm going to let you guys vote on what you want. Do we want to talk about Animal Farm?
Yes.
Do we want to talk about Evangeline Lilly blasting Marvel? Do we want to talk about The Mandalorian and Grogu tracking for the worst opening weekend?
Trish?
Or do we want to talk about the IMAX CEO blasting Disney's rival Infinity Vision?
That was funny, but Animal Farm has so much.
Yeah, I vote for Animal Farm because that's.
I was going to say one of the first two, so I'm cool with Animal Farm.
All right, we're going to do Animal Farm then. Angel Studios rips critics of Animal Farm and puts conservative partners in hot water.
I also have this on geeksandgamers.com as well.
Is that the better one?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Pro wrote an opinion piece, I think.
Okay. We'll do this in real time.
There's just the conclusion that I have on this, I think, is something that is, important. You passed it.
But did I?
Yeah. It should be one of the first ones. There it is.
Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. I'm going to let you read it, but I want you to read it in a strident voice.
What does that mean?
Just do it.
Angel Studios, the faith-based production company that built its reputation by standing in opposition to Hollywood and the mainstream media, is now facing backlash for doing something few expected, turning on its own audience in a video tied to its controversial new film, Animal Farm. In a newly released promotional video for Animal Farm, A Cautionary Tale, the studio appears to directly mock and dismiss concerned fans, echoing rhetoric long associated with the very media ecosystem it once positioned itself against. Watch the full video in the player below.
I'm not getting strident. Be more strident.
I don't know what that means.
You're an author.
I was just going to say you're a writer.
Yeah, I look up words when I don't know what they mean.
Loud, harsh, grating. I'll do your work for you.
For years, Angel Studios carved out a loyal audience by positioning itself as an alternative to legacy Hollywood. Projects like The Chosen and Sound of Freedom thrived in part because they tapped into an audience that felt ignored or outright disrespected by major studios. That's why the messaging in this new Angel Studios Animal Farm promotional video is raising eyebrows.
I still don't know if this is strident.
Loud, harsh, grating.
I'm gonna stride it over there and smack you in the head.
I got an idea. Read it as Grace Randolph, but male.
Well, that's just Andy Rooney.
Okay, that works.
Rather than engaging with criticism, the film leads into now familiar industry tactic, dismissing pushback as this is horrible. Dismissing pushback as coming from a loud minority. It's a phrase that's been used repeatedly by companies like Disney and Lucasfilm when addressing fan backlash to controversial creative decisions. When fans claimed Marvel had lost its way, they were labeled a vocal minority. When fans decried the direction of Star Wars under Kathleen Kennedy, they were called a small but vocal minority. And now Angel Studios is using that same phrasing. It's the age-old line, I've heard that before, but I never thought I'd hear it from you. The video itself plays out like a parody of Romeo and Juliet, with two actors representing Animal Farm and Angel Studios as star-crossed lovers. At first glance, it's meant to be playful, but the tone quickly shifts. Throughout the clip, the pair read aloud criticisms from fans, concerns about the film's messaging, casting choices like Seth Rogen, and fears that the story strays from George Orwell's original intent. Instead of addressing those concerns, the actors mock them, then it escalates. At one point, the characters refer to critics as pigs, an obvious reference to the antagonist in Orwell's original story. It's a loud minority trying to silence us, the Angel Studios character says, before both actors turn to the camera and declare, like the pigs. The implication is hard to miss. Fans raising concerns about the film are being compared to the very villains that Orwell used to critique authoritarian regimes. And if that wasn't enough, the video doubles down in its final moments after dramatically claiming they can't be together because of the backlash. The two characters reunite and declare, "We can't let the pigs win." In this context, the pigs aren't corrupt leaders or ideological oppressors, they are the fans. The same fans who supported Angel Studios' rise are now being framed as obstacles. The video ends with a message that reads, "Angel proudly presents Animal Farm, a cautionary tale, in theaters Friday, whether you like it or not." That final line doesn't exactly come across as an olive branch. And at the heart of the backlash is a deeper concern about the film itself. George Orwell's Animal Farm has long been understood as a critique of communism and authoritarian control. It's one of the most widely recognized political allegories ever written. But early reactions to this adaptation suggest a significant shift in tone and message. Critics argue that the film abandons Orwell's anti-communist framework in favor of an anti-capitalist narrative, reportedly even altering the ending to frame the story as a call to overthrow capitalist systems and try communism again. As Fake Wizard says here, any influencer who's telling you that Animal Farm is a good movie is compromised. Their integrity is for sale. Actively distrust these people. They're lying to you. The film resolves with, "We'll try communism again because we didn't do it correctly the first time."
Well, at least they got that part right. They're always saying that.
Yeah, that's not just a creative interpretation. It's a fundamental rewrite of the source material's core message, and it explains why longtime supporters of Angel Studios, many of whom were drawn to the company specifically because it rejected mainstream ideological trends, are pushing back. And this is the point I really want to hammer home. Angel Studios didn't build its audience the same way traditional studios did. It was through massive marketing campaigns or industry goodwill. It wasn't through massive marketing campaigns or industry goodwill. It was built on trust. Trust that the studio would tell stories others wouldn't, that it would respect its audience, that it wouldn't talk down to the people supporting it. And that's what makes this situation different. Because once that trust starts to crack, it's not easy to rebuild, especially when the response to criticism is to label that criticism as coming from a loud minority. And maybe that's the most ironic part of all, because in George Orwell's original Animal Farm, the story doesn't end with liberation. It ends with betrayal. The pigs, the very ones who led the revolution, slowly adopt the habits, language, and power structures of the humans they once overthrew. By the final scene, they're sitting at the same table, laughing, drinking, and indistinguishable from the very elite they promised to replace. The animals outside look from pig to man and from man to pig, and they can no longer tell the difference. It's a warning about power, about what happens when those who claim to stand apart slowly become the thing they once opposed. So as Angel Studios mocks its own audience, parrots the same loud minority talking points, and defends a project that critics argue reshapes Orwell's message entirely, alongside progressive elitist Hollywood darlings like Seth Rogen and Andy Serkis, it's hard not to think back to that final image. That's it. We're looking at Animal Farm in the form of Hollywood right there. It's Angel Studios becoming the pigs.
So what do you think happened here?
I don't know, man. They sold out. Like,
well, do we actually know?
They didn't make the movie. They're distributing the movie. They bought the movie, I believe.
Right, but this seems to go against the core message of everything that they put out before.
They're still claiming it's anti-communism, so either they're idiots or they're just willfully lying.
They have actually claimed it's anti-communist? Who made the claim?
In the video.
Because this was Andy Serkis that was behind this, wasn't it? This was his darling?
In the video, yes. In the video mocking the fans, they say that it's actually an anti-communist message, and they just wanted to show how terrible communism is. And I'm like, no, you're not, because the pigs are capitalists in this.
Martin, have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I've read.
I'm going tomorrow, by the way. Yeah.
But Wiz did go see it.
Wizard and Pro both did.
Oof.
Yeah. Wizard gave it a 0 out of 10.
So
I think Pro gave it a 1.5.
I guess from what I'm understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong, the animals of the farm believe they're going to set up a communist economy.
An egalitarian society, yes.
But the pigs are exploitive capitalists within that system.
I think that, like, the pigs are all for it in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, as it continues, they get more and more swayed by the glitz and glamour of leadership and capitalism.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, and this is exactly what you get when you get the tankies out there who are constantly saying, well, real communism has never been tried.
Right.
Well,
I will say this over and over again, but not 1984, but Animal Farm is not even really about Marxism or scientific socialism. It is specifically about Trotskyism and Stalinism.
Mm-hmm.
How corrupt those particular regimes are.
On that cheery note, we should probably get to our main topic for the night, which is the cinema of 1984. And we're going to start with Trish tonight, as we often do, because why not? We already kind of spoiled her first one.
Yeah, never ending story. I mean, I would ask Marv's thoughts on it, but we learned tonight that much like Labyrinth, this is a thing he's never seen.
Mm-hmm.
I was quite shocked that you had never seen this movie. This was a staple when I was a kid, although there are a couple of traumatizing scenes in it. But
well, and I heard that a horse dies in it, and I'm like, I don't really want to see that.
He does, and it is in one of the most traumatic ways you can imagine.
Martin.
Well, you don't eat horses. Well, some do.
One of the reasons I like this movie actually is because as an adult, there was a period when my son was going through an issue with some anxiety and issues that the movie directly addresses. And this was actually kind of therapeutic for him. I thought it was a great way to try and teach him how to help handle some of his feelings. And in that way, it's almost kind of a rite of passage film.
Oh, it's great.
Unsurprisingly, my biggest takeaway is the song. So yours is far more poignant, I suppose, for the movie than mine. I'm like, I just mainly remember the song because, like Martin said, Lamal, and it is an earworm. That song, that and Falcor, because come on, Falcor.
That Falcor is awesome.
Yeah,
it's a cool name.
It's the star. Yeah, cool.
It's got some really awesome imagery in it. And I think it's also a good book to encourage reading, or a good movie to encourage reading too, since it's actually coming from a book and involves the reading of a book.
I haven't seen it in forever.
Well,
like
it's
single
worth another
page. Yeah, maybe.
The little guy on the snail is Deep Roy, who people may recognize from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He's all the Oompa Loompas.
Oh.
Did you like this movie as a kid, Martin?
Yeah, I found it a little long sometimes.
I think I did too.
And for some reason, I thought it was European.
The book is German, if I remember.
Yeah, the book is German.
I suppose it feeling long makes sense. It is the never-ending story.
That's true. Yeah.
Mr. Simpson, I don't use the phrase hero lightly, but you are a hero. This is the biggest case of false advertisement since my lawsuit against the film The Never-Ending Story. Simpsons, classic Simpsons. We're on a roll with that. Lionel Hutz.
16 Candles. This is probably my, standard girl pick, but if anyone has heard me talk about Pretty in Pink before, you have a little bit of foreshadowing for what I'm about to say, which is I don't get the big deal of 16 Candles over Pretty in Pink. I feel like it's a little more cartoony. And I feel like Martin could probably tell me if I'm crazy about that, because I'm almost certain Martin has seen this movie, if no one else.
I have a wife who's basically like you. But yeah, it's
a little
more
goofier.
zany.
Yeah, zany. Yeah. That's a good word for it. It's a little bit more zany. I know that it's beloved. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. I mean, John Hughes was on fire in the 80s, but and Molly Ringwald, I mean, she was having quite I would say a moment, but I feel like her moment lasted
a while.
Many years. Yeah.
But yeah, now she's also looking back at this phase of her career and saying, we shouldn't have done this and we shouldn't have done that.
Oh,
she's getting woke. She's getting woke about it all.
I mean, whatever. I'd be more angry if it were Pretty in Pink if she had some problem with, but It's fine. If you like the John Hughes like teen movies of the 80s and for some reason you haven't seen this one, see it. Like, it's worth a watch, but it's not the one I'm going to be raving from the rooftops about. But it is a big movie of the year and it is a popular one. So of course I was going to be the one to pick this one, I feel
Figure
like.
as much.
If you hadn't, I would have.
And I kind of figured that too. I'm specifically curious, Marv, he who does not really care about music. Have you seen this movie?
Nope.
Okay, not shocking. Lorn, have you seen it?
I have wanted to, but I actually haven't either. This feels like one that I should have seen, but somehow I never have.
Okay. The three of them also do the commentary track in character on the DVD release.
That's incredible.
That's funny.
That's amazing. I've never watched it that way. I should probably seek that out because that sounds very funny. Sometimes if I'm on the right channel on Sirius XM, they'll play like Spinal Tap songs. Like they were played around like,
So-
quote unquote real music.
Yeah, well, no, so correct. So Spinal Tap is a fake band then?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
a fake documentary about them.
Oh, okay.
So
These-
Rob Reiner plays Marty DeBurgi, who is a documentary filmmaker making a movie about the fake band Spinal Tap.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
These goes to 11. Again, Martin.
Yes.
I'm sure if I didn't pick it, Martin was going to pick it. Martin and I, at the very least, we love Prince. We could talk about Prince for ages. We have done that in recording an episode for Lost Guys. And
We've
it
got
was
Nolan interested in Prince.
it was one of those ones where I think we mentioned enough stuff about his royal badness that Nolan just had to know more about Prince. What do you say, Martin? Like, you're so much better at articulating this stuff than I'm. Like, what do you say about Purple Rain to properly convey this movie? Because like, it's not great,
No,
but it's also legendary.
It's the entire movie is just built on his personal charisma.
Really. And as we
And-
know, he's got tons.
Yes. But no, it is not a good film. I also have a couple things on my list that are not good movies, but they have some great stuff in them.
But there's like, I think sometimes people think we're talking about what we think are the best movies of a year. And I would like to clarify once again, I'm not necessarily doing that. We're just talking about things that for one reason or another we feel need to be highlighted. And even if Martin and I don't necessarily think this is a good movie, I think it's a special movie. I think it's an important movie. I think it actually means a lot to a lot of people. And the soundtrack's incredible.
The way I always describe it in the description is that we discuss the hits, the misses, and the outright oddballs. So you're well within scope.
Yeah, and I generally, even the stuff that I say like isn't good, I don't hate. Do you know what I mean? I don't pick anything that I hate. It would have to be a very special thing for me to hate. And I mean, this is nowhere near that because I don't understand how you can hate anything having to do with Prince. And before I go, and Martin knows this because I love bragging about this, I got to sit on that motorcycle and I was beyond excited because when I had taken a trip to Seattle, the Museum of Pop Culture had a whole exhibit on Prince and I was so stoked. And they had the motorcycle there and you could sit on it and take a picture. So my friend took a picture of me on it with like the biggest excited grin on my face.
I've seen the picture.
Like I was over the moon at getting to sit on that thing and take a picture. Pun not intended, but yes. Much like the Rolling Stones, this is mainly on here for me to just talk about the Talking Heads because I think they are an incredibly special band. It's, another one of those music concert movies, but the Talking Heads are just so unique. David Byrne with his gigantic shoulder pads on the poster.
This also may be the best concert film ever made.
Yeah, this is not. I know that some people were saying with the Rolling Stones one that it's not very good. This is not that. This is far and away better. But I just really love the Talking Heads, and I really just wanted an excuse to broadcast that to everybody. And if you are gonna just, I guess, randomly watch a concert movie, I would say this is probably one of the ones you should land on, as opposed to some other ones that you could maybe pull out of a hat and watch and then regret it instantly. I don't think you'd regret it with this one. I mean, a Christmas movie, right? Everybody.
Don't start that fight.
It's a movie that happens at Christmas, but okay.
I'm just saying. What would you say? I'm not gonna. Well, actually, Marv, you're a good person to ask about this. What would you consider more of a Christmas movie, Die Hard or Gremlins?
Gremlins.
I actually have to contest that point, Marvin. When else would this movie make sense? Unless you were doing, say, a birthday movie. But even then...
But it's not about Christmas.
It doesn't have to be.
It does to be a Christmas movie.
Why?
Because it does.
He's like, because I said so.
That is circular logic, my friend. That does not work.
Does every movie that takes place at summertime, is that all a summer movie?
No, but the thing is that if the movie doesn't make sense outside of that season, then it has to be of that season. It is part of Christmas.
No, it just takes place during Christmas. Christmas is a passer in the night.
They exchange glances.
We are like 6 months early on this argument. We're really opening this box again.
Really, we're only 2 months early for this argument.
Christmas in July.
Thank you, Martin.
I forgot it was May.
I always know I can count on you.
I do what I can.
But yeah, Gremlins, the Christmas movie.
Did you have more thoughts on Gremlins, or did you want to move on?
Oh, I don't care. Apparently, when I was really little, I had a little stuffed gizmo that I used to carry with me everywhere. And then one day, I must have dropped it, like sitting in the little carriage or whatever. I was probably like, I was like 2 when this game was probably like 2 or 3.
You didn't drop in the water, did you?
I did not drop it in the water, no. But it was lost forever. And there's a little part of me that is still a little upset that I dropped my stuffed gizmo about 40 years ago. But that's the other thing I always think of with Gremlins. Somewhere is my lost gizmo. See, this is, I think we're in the stretch. Theme? Yeah, really. I didn't even think of that.
By the way, this is a Christmas movie.
Have you seen this? That you're saying that?
No, but I could just tell.
It's not integral to the plot. It just takes place at Christmas.
It has Santa Claus in it. It's a Christmas movie.
No. It's not the real Santa Claus. It can't be a Christmas movie.
They don't talk about Christmas. They talk about Garbage Day. Anyone who has seen that movie knows exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like we are in the stretch of movies now where I am also representing Kevin. Because Garbage Day is another one of those things that Kevin and I will always send to each other. And it's an 80s slasher. They made like 5 of them because if you had a slasher in the 80s, you got sequels just easy peasy.
Well, you can make a whole movie for $50,000.
Yeah, and make a ton of profit. So, it's Silent Night, Deadly Night. Apparently, according to Marv, more of a Christmas movie than Gremlins. I kind of want to start that war in the chat.
Have you ever seen Violent Night?
No, I mean I know what you're talking about, but no, I've never seen it.
That's recent, right? With
it is
with David Harbour.
Yeah, it's like the last 3 years, maybe.
Yeah, not a horror movie, but hyper violent, and I actually liked it. And it's kind of shocking how much this poster is giving me vibes of that movie.
I think that was intentional. I think Violent Night was borrowing from the screen vocabulary, the shape language, if you will.
I feel like I've been picking all these Stephen King ones. Why not just continue on with Firestarter?
He had a run of the 80s, didn't he?
He really did, because this is, spoiler, not the oldie Stephen King movie on my list. Like, when you said last week it was, what'd you call it, the Reaping?
Yeah.
It is insane how many of his works were adapted into movies into the 80s. It's crazy how many were made. And this is yet another one, little Drew Barrymore. I think they remade this and I'm not entirely sure why. Like, was this a particularly special or important one that they felt the need to remake it?
Do you see at the bottom there? It says produced by Frank Capra Jr.
Let me make this larger. Yeah, it does. Oh, really?
Well, it's a Christmas movie, you see. You know, one of the other trends that I noticed in all of our movies for this year is like this feels like the year when they decided to put an insane amount of text on all of the movie posters.
Yeah, this is like a novel.
Yeah, they got really excited about just explaining what the movie is to you on all of the posters, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Well, remember back then you actually had to stand in line to wait for your ticket.
Yeah, really. They needed to give you something to do. And here's the other one. Now, Children of the Corn. I have very mixed feelings on Children of the Corn because I feel like it's actually kind of slow and boring. But at the same time, I have a deep, deep love for the scene with Outlander. We have your woman. She still lives. And I will randomly put that part on out of nowhere and watch it and laugh. And I will play it on repeat for like minutes. And then I'll be like, okay, I'm done here. I feel like that makes the whole movie for me. And I don't know how this series has like 10 sequels. There's an insane number of sequels to this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
they
even know
they were
that.
making them into like the 2000s.
Yeah, and wasn't there a remake as well, or was it a soft reboot?
I mean, yes, it was one of both, I guess. I don't know, one or the other. There's so many. I honestly think there's at least 10 of these movies.
Huh. I'm guessing none of them were very good.
I've only seen this one, so I can't speak to the quality of the others. And in keeping with tradition, I have a Friday the 13th movie on here, the final chapter, part 4.
It's not the final chapter.
Yeah. You'll note that I said it was part 4, and we know that there are many more parts to follow, so this was, in fact, not the final chapter. But it is one of the 2 best Friday the 13th movies. Well, a lot of people like 6, but I don't really gravitate to that one as much. But I would say that 2 and 4, personally, are the 2 best movies, and this is 4. I always laugh at the guy who is looking for his sister, and he's got the old weathered newspaper article, but it's seriously supposed to be like in their timeline, maybe 2 days max after she would have went missing.
I figured this out. It actually takes place in the future. So it's been a couple of years because she's one of the victims from the first slayings. So it actually has been a couple of years.
I thought it was like the first one is, Friday the 13th, and then we were just like leaking into the 14th. And
well, so what happens is they usually have a scene at the beginning that carries over, but then there's a time jump. And so after I think the second movie, every one of these movies is a date after the date that it was released. So they all take place in the future.
Can you see how crazy and bug nuts? Like Friday the 13th and Halloween are kind of like spiritual siblings to me because they both are just, there's a lack of logic in both of them, probably because they've gone on so long that it just goes off the rails.
So are you meaning that the sequel actually should have been called Saturday the 14th?
Well, I think a lot of them do recur on Friday the 13th, but because of the opening scenes in so many of them, people assume it's the same week or the next weekend or something.
I don't know. It's honestly, it's confusing. You're not wrong to be scrunching your face like that at it, because maybe the only thing more complicated is the Halloween timeline and the different alternate universes of Halloween movies. And an actual, another actual good one, because I don't know if I would necessarily call like some of the other ones good, but A Nightmare on Elm Street is A Nightmare on Elm Street. This one is also me and Kevin in spirit because Kevin loves his Freddy movies. Come on. What do you say about A Nightmare on Elm Street that people don't know? I feel like this is one of those ones where you know it even if you've never seen it.
I mean, I know trivia about this that no one else knows, Trish. Apparently, Johnny Depp is in this movie.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
The Johnny Depp is in this movie?
That is literally the thing that if you mention this movie to anyone, they will tell you that Johnny Depp is in this movie. I'm like, yes, I know. I'm aware. I've seen it.
I don't know why it surprises me that you do surprise me sometimes with the horror things you have and have not seen, Marv.
Of course I've seen this one. I love Freddy.
You love Freddy?
I do.
Well, this one and Dream Warriors are the two, in my opinion, the two best ones.
I love the song for Dream Warriors.
Dawkins. Oh, that song's so great. I always want to just like
Dream Warrior.
We're talking about a completely different Nightmare on Elm Street movie during this.
Don't wanna dream no more. But I've always felt Freddy is the most terrifying of the major horror movie villains because if you have a nightmare about Freddy Krueger, it's scarier.
Because you could die.
Yeah.
And everybody has to sleep.
Yep.
You can't get away with not sleeping.
And most of these guys don't tell dad jokes while they're killing you.
Mm-hmm.
My one claim to fame when it comes to the Nightmare on Elm Street stories would be when I was in elementary school. I remember at a recess, there were a number of kids sitting in a ring, and one of them had seen the movie. None of them, I know they shouldn't have because we were all far too young, but one of them was describing the movie to everybody else who were sitting there rapt with attention to this story that they were telling. And I remember sneaking up on all of them and yelling, "Boo!" and causing everybody to jump up and run away in fright, which made me feel good as a little child.
Today, you'd be suspended and probably expelled from school for that.
Probably. But I like to think that I contributed to somebody's nightmares.
I like that that's a heartwarming thought for you.
It made me feel good anyway. We do have some super chats I want to hit before we get to our next ones. That was it for Trisha's picks. We've got Michael Steele for 5 Canadian. If the Canadian geese weren't protected, Canadians would go to war with those Cobra chickens.
Cobra chickens.
We got Sean, the artist formerly known as John, for 2. Marvin better have Breaking 1 and 2 after that crack.
We've got prepare to be disappointed.
We've got Liquid Fox for 2 Canadian. First The Thing, now Gremlins, Tritionary for life.
Woohoo! Told you guys I'm awesome. Come on.
And we got One Dirty Bird for 5. Lord, may the ghost of Brewster the Rooster haunt you. I probably ate his relatives. Next up, we have Marvin's picks, starting with, and I'm sure everybody predicted this.
This is the greatest, teen 80s. I love this movie so much.
He knew to cut that sentence off because I was going to be like, wow.
Yeah, I was like, I can't. I didn't know how to just like. I'm like, it's not the greatest action movie of all time. It's not the greatest teen movie of all time, or the greatest 80s movie. It's just the greatest movie. I love The Karate Kid so much. It is. I mean, you can't watch this movie and not smile. Like that scene where Mr. Miyagi like gives him the car for his birthday, and they're yelling "Banzai, Daniel-san!" Like. Just those highs, and then like the super lows of like when he's trying to fight the Cobra Kais in the beginning, and then just the tournament, just incredible when he wins with the illegal kick where he should have been disqualified. Johnny Lawrence has a legitimate grievance there. Yeah, this is what starts it all. This is my second favorite Karate Kid movie.
You know what's amazing about this? Go ahead. Sorry.
Is your passion for this partly because he's from Jersey?
Well, I mean, obviously. He was an Italian kid from Jersey. What was I going to do?
Clearly.
The amazing thing about these movies, I think, is that they really are kind of ultra cheesy.
Super cheesy.
They were made on a pretty constrained budget, and yet everybody remembers them fondly. Normally, when a movie like this ages to a certain point, everybody just makes fun of it. And yeah. I guess in a way that kind of happened, because that's what indirectly led to Cobra Kai. But Cobra Kai, I kind of want you to talk a little bit about that because it was an incredible revival.
Yes. So first of all, Pat Morita knew not one shred of karate when they started doing this movie, by the way. But like really kind of fakes it till he makes it in this. Cobra Kai is this rare revisitation of an old classic property that actually makes the original better by being so good. Yep. Like, I enjoy the Karate Kid movies so much better now, knowing that Cobra Kai is on its way at the end of it.
Well, it's like, my way of looking at it was that 1 and 2, I always thought were great. Everything after was like ignorable. And yet, fine. Cobra Kai actually kind of made 3 is insane. 3 is an absolute. It's like
3 was never my favorite.
Industry.
Let's do all the coke. That's pretty much what it was.
Well, and that's what they say in Cobra Kai. Like,
and that's what makes it work. Is that it's actually when they get to it, it's like. You're right. It retroactively makes that movie not only bearable, but it's like, all right, you're just now part of the pantheon.
Yeah, when Terry Silver says he was just high as a kite for that entire movie and spent the entire summer torturing a 16-year-old, like, it's really, really funny. But like, and then like in another episode, they like they make fun of him for his first business idea being Mr. Miyagi's Little Trees with the bonsai tree shop. 3 was a movie that like, so like 2 is I love 2. I think 2 is one of the best. 2 and 1 are probably about even for me. 3, I had only seen a handful of times going into Cobra Kai. After Cobra Kai, though, 3 is phenomenal. It's
with Karate's bad boy Mike Barnes.
Yes, I love how they drag Mike Barnes into the ridiculousness of Cobra Kai, and he's just this poor guy who's like trying to live his life, and he's not involved. My favorite character in Cobra Kai, though, up until the last few seasons, when all of a sudden she started like actually participating in this, was Daniel LaRusso's wife. Because she was the only sensible person for the first several seasons. Like, whenever one of her husband's old karate nemesises would, like, rise from the shadows to try and destroy their lives, she would just be like, what are we doing? Go to the police. And he'd just be like, no, I have to face them. And she's like, no, you don't. You're a grown man with a job and kids.
I mean, let's be fair. He's aged a lot. He's more than a grown man. He's like, it's like you're too old to be doing this. There we are.
I mean, Ralph Macchio. I mean, I was so glad it led to a career resurgence for Ralph Macchio and for Billy Zabka. You know, up to Karate Kid Legends, which was not great. But I mean, it was good in some ways and bad in other ways. But like adding Daniel LaRusso into it was such a last minute decision, and it's very obvious about that it was. But man, this movie, I mean, it's such a good like sports training montage, like rise up to fight the bully. Like it's incredible.
There's a lot of similarities between this movie and Rocky, and a lot of that is because it's like I think it's the same. I think the director was somehow involved with Rocky too. I think.
Okay.
I don't recall how though.
But like the you're the best around, nothing's gonna ever keep you down, like that, it's such a good montage. And I waited for the entirety of Cobra Kai. I'm like, why have they not played You're the Best Around yet for any of these training montages? Because they were waiting. They were waiting for the right moment, and maron did they hit it. Like when the needle drops on that, you're like, yup, this is where it needed to be. This is 100% where it needed to be. And I don't think Lorne's finished it yet, so I'm not even going to say where it is.
Yep, I need to get back to it because I did truly love this show.
Star Trek 3, Search for Spock. I know it is not one of the more beloved ones, but I actually really like this one. I like that it was a direct continuation from Wrath of Khan, and I know it's not great, but I love Christopher Lloyd as a Klingon villain.
I don't really have a beef with this movie. I do think that it's the start of what I would consider a bit of a slide.
Yeah.
But it's not where I consider it's gotten. It's like you got to go through the motions to get Spock back. It's kind of lazy and silly how they do that, but they had to get Spock back. So
oh yeah, it was definitely Deus Ex Machina how they got Spock back. But once they get him back, it's you're just happy to have him.
Well, and I think it's a little teething pain a bit for Nimoy as a director.
Oh right, Nimoy was the director of this, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had only done TV before, and now he's doing a movie, and he does a workman's job of it.
His teething pain, not to be confused with later in life when he had to learn how to talk around his dentures, and that was a whole other ordeal. Footloose. Come on. It's Footloose, man. It's one of the most classic musicals of all time. Kevin Bacon is tremendous in this movie. It's got the single he literally heals a small town through the power of dance.
But I thought he destroyed the town.
It depends on your interpretation.
They're all living a happy existence without these kids dancing.
Yeah, and then he comes in and he's just like, you gotta dance, you gotta move. Yeah, Footloose is wonderful. I love Holding Out for a Hero though is probably my favorite part of Footloose.
And it's a good song.
Yeah,
it's a good bad song.
It's a good bad song, and it's a great song, but it is not done to perfection in Footloose. It is not done to perfection until it's in Shrek 2.
That's a great sequence.
Yes. Come on. The ultimate. I could make an argument this is the ultimate 80s movie. Ghostbusters, it's infinitely quotable. It's endlessly fun. It is, it's a movie that probably never needed to be a franchise because the first one is so perfect. And I feel like they've never kind of hit that level ever again with anything, especially 2016. But the cast is utterly perfect. The story hits when it needs to hit. The jokes all land. And, the effects are really decent, especially for the time. Like,
they hold up.
Yeah. Now I had seen the real Ghostbusters before I saw Ghostbusters. So I saw the cartoon before I saw the movie. And I was so heartbroken as a kid that they were attacking Slimer. Because in the cartoon, Slimer is their friend.
He's the mascot.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I got two stories about Ghostbusters.
Please.
Because I the first one, I was a scaredy cat when I was a kid. And Dad wasn't sure if I would like this movie or be scared by it or not. I wanted to see it, and he put it on VHS, and he was watching me very closely, right up to the point where the librarian ghost is going, shh. And then they annoy her enough, and she does the thing with the face, and I burst out laughing. And that's when Dad knew it's like, okay, you can watch this movie. Mm-hmm. But I would say it's possible. I never would have been a movie fan the way that I am now, if not for Ghostbusters. This was the first movie that I ever completely fanboyed out about. And a big part of that was because you remember the Scholastic book drives?
Yes, I was just thinking about that today.
They came to my school and they had some type of a little book. I don't remember what it was called, but it was detailing in a lot of the pages the Ghostbusters equipment. And this is where my love for movie props came from. This is what made me a prop guy. And I remember just being fascinated with the ghost traps and the accelerators and just all of their gear. And that was what made me fascinated about how movies were made. So I owe a lot to Ghostbusters for that.
Yeah. Splash. Love Splash. Splash was kind of a prototype Little Mermaid. They like Daryl Hannah is good in this. Tom Hanks is good in this. They had the fountain in Disney's Hollywood Studios for a long time. And I used to love, going to see it. My favorite part about this movie, though, is not even something that happens on camera. It's a thing that happened behind the scenes. There's a scene where they have to be eating lobster. And Daryl Hannah is a vegetarian who's also insane. And so she was literally crying that there were lobsters on the plate because she was so sad that the lobsters died, and the lobsters that she eats are tofu. But she was literally crying between the takes because they were eating lobsters.
Did they not have craft services?
Well, it's in a scene.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, like,
I don't know.
Like, she knows all of her co-stars eat meat, right?
This is my favorite Muppet movie.
I am shocked this is on your list. Flabbergasted. My flabbers are gasted.
Yeah, I figured they would be. This is without a doubt my favorite Muppet movie. It was my first Muppet movie when I was a kid. It is perfect from beginning to end. It has infinitely quotable lines like Philip Phil, or like it has my one of my favorite clips that I use in M4 Empire videos when Miss Piggy is screaming and bashing one of the garbage cans. Great cameos. Joan Rivers has an amazing cameo with her and Miss Piggy putting the makeup on. It is, the music is great. The actors are all great in it. The scene of Miss Piggy as like a person roller skating is horrifying, but in a good way. The Muppet Babies make their debut in this movie for the first time. So yeah, this is just a phenomenal Muppet film, and just film in general. Frank Oz directing, I believe. So yeah, Jim Henson presents a Frank Oz film.
And on the same level,
I mean, this movie it was like one of the first movies that like haunted me. Like it just had it was just powerful because the music of this in this movie is tremendous. The Cuisine, like it's a phenomenal story of regret and revenge, but like also triumph, because like you're seeing the highs and the lows. I love the framing device of old Salieri telling this story, because we're seeing Mozart's life through Salieri's retelling, but we're also kind of getting a complete look at it. I love the scene where he's playing the harpsichord and they're telling him to play like Handel, like play it, and he's doing it upside down. He's like, "Oh, play Salieri," and he's doing the face and then he does the fart at the end. And he's like, "It was not him laughing at me, it was God." This movie is so dramatic and I love it. The Terminator. Arnold's big debut. It is this. I mean, look, people like to call the Terminator like a sci-fi movie. The Terminator is a horror movie, and when I was a kid, man, this movie scared the pants off of me. Like I was almost too scared of this movie to watch Terminator 2, and thank God I got over that. That scene at the end when they are running from the Terminator at the end, and he's just the skeletal Terminator at that point. He's bashed him in the head with that pipe. Man, Arnold was the perfect, like, cold killer machine. And I understand why they did what they did and how he was so iconic that they had to make him the good guy in Terminator 2, and I'm glad they did it. But that first movie, man, it is just, it's exquisite.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
And look at that jacket. It's like they don't make jackets like that anymore.
No, definitely not.
That's it for Marvin's picks. I'm going to hit the super chats again real quick. We've got one from Woeful McGruffle III for $2. My birthday is coming up next year, and presumably every year. We got another one from Sean for $2. Marvin, you're forgiven for having Footloose. Yentl.
Thank you.
And we've got Michael Steele for $5 Canadian. 1984, Dune and Ghostbusters. 2021, Dune and Ghostbusters. 2024, Dune and Ghostbusters. Hollywood is cooked.
Wow.
And now, we are to Martin's picks, which include
The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension.
What on earth is this?
Thank God.
I've heard of it.
Oh, you're making me so happy. Thank you. I hate this movie.
Sometimes I do too.
I've never heard of this.
Really? That actually surprises me. You'd
this
love
is-
the end credits.
Yes, the end credits are hilarious. But Dr. Peter Weller plays a scientist, rock star, adventurer.
All right, good luck summarizing this movie, Martin. I'm anxious to hear this.
And John Lithgow plays this scientist who tried to open a portal into another dimension for science, but this entity latches onto his brain and seems to drive him insane.
That rhymed.
Talk about the accent. Tell them the accent story. And in fact, tell them his name.
Dr. Lizardo?
Yes, Dr. Lizardo.
Yes. And then Jeff Goldblum shows up as a reporter who wants to do a story on Buckaroo Banzai. And then he just kind of gets folded into the team and the rock band. They call him New Jersey, but they dress him like a cowboy. I mean, there is no rhyme or reason to this movie.
And they thought this was going to be a whole series.
Yes.
It does have Clancy Brown. That's the one good thing I can say about it.
You didn't say that about Highlander.
There are limits.
That also has Clancy Brown in it.
We don't talk about that.
Yes, we do.
Is he at least for you the saving grace in Highlander? Because he puts his all into that one.
He does. It's
Happy Halloween, ladies.
Happy Halloween, ladies.
This movie is a great example of funny the whole way through and not a good movie at the same time. Like, I once asked a chef if it was possible to do everything in a dish to perfection and it be awful. And he said, yeah, that's absolutely you can. This is like the movie of that. It doesn't work as a movie, but it's a lot of funny stuff that happens. So Val Kilmer plays... Okay, imagine if 1960s Elvis made a World War II French resistance movie. That's top secret.
Okay.
Where do cows fit in?
No, go ahead, Lorn.
If this movie didn't exist, you wouldn't have Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One.
Really?
Well, thank goodness then.
You remember the scene with Peter Cushing with the magnifying glass?
Yeah.
They made a life mask of him, and they actually recovered that and used it so that they could essentially scan his face, even though he was deceased, and use that to build the digital mask that they used over the actor who played him in Rogue One.
Is that why the Tarkin CGI is so much better than the Leia CGI?
It is.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Streets of Fire is another insane movie. It is made by a guy who... The guy who made The Warriors decided he was going to do a rock and roll fable, as it's called here in the poster. But it's like, now it's MTV age. And so it opens with this concert footage of Diane Lane lip syncing to a Jim Steinman song.
I remember you telling me about this.
It closes also with Diane Lane lip syncing to a Jim Steinman song. The bookends of this movie are spectacular. It's just what happens in the middle that kind of drags on, because Michael Pare just didn't have the charisma to pull this off. And they had auditioned a whole lot of different people. Like, there was some talk of Tom Cruise playing this character that would have made this entirely different. But Michael Pare and Willem Dafoe get into a sledgehammer fight in the streets at the end of this movie.
This is what you told me.
Yes. It has great music. It's got a lot of interesting story elements to it. It doesn't come together real well, but when it's firing, it is firing on all cylinders.
I love Jim Steinman. His songs are so dramatic.
The guy has never even considered that 235 exists as a pop song.
Ugh.
So this one's kind of a cheat because the Once Upon a Time in America that was released in 1984 was not good at all. But because the studio looked at like this 3.5 hour magnum opus that Sergio Leone wanted to release, and they, oh no, this is way too long. We're going to give it to an editor. And it was like the guy who did Police Academy 4 or something like that. And so that's the guy who edited Sergio Leone's movie.
Wow.
Later, they recovered a lot of footage. Leone was allowed to release what he could cobble back together. And that part is really great work. But what America got to see in 84 was not that, which is unfortunate. Baseball exists because God needed great movies, I guess. I mean, baseball just makes for great cinema. And this is one of those examples. Robert Redford plays a guy who didn't make it into the majors because this crazy woman shot him. And later when he's, well, I mean, they say middle age, but he's like in his 30s or something, which, you know, I guess it's middle age. And it certainly was at the time. But he comes back and he's now this rookie player who is absolutely outstanding, and he takes the New York Knights to the World Series, or not the World Series because that would be, you know, infringing. But it's a heartwarming story. It's great. All right, Moscow on the Hudson is Robin Williams was known for Mork and Mindy at the time, and people really didn't know that he had dramatic chops, and Moscow on the Hudson is one of the early examples of it. Have any of you guys seen this one?
I didn't even know this movie existed until you sent the poster over.
Oh, I knew it existed, but I've never seen it.
So he plays a saxophonist for the Moscow Circus. And he's got a friend who tells him that he's going to defect when they get to the United States. They're doing a goodwill tour kind of thing. And, you know, he's telling the guy, don't even say it, don't intone it, they'll get you. And then when he gets to the United States, he gets into a mall and just sees the abundance of everything that we have. And he's so moved, he decides he's going to defect. And he actually blows his friend's pants at him because he does it. And then it just follows him trying to assimilate in America. And it's a heartwarming story. This sort of thing you don't really get.
I find it surprising that Lorn was shocked I didn't know that first movie with the really long title.
Guru Banzai?
Yeah, and I'm shocked Lorn never heard of this.
Somehow I didn't.
You know, I was just appreciating how good Robin Williams was earlier today. There was a Fathom event trailer before Devil Wears Prada 2 for The Birdcage coming back to theaters for limited engagement. And just, he's so funny in that movie. Where, like, my favorite scene is just him and Nathan Lane and how they work off of each other so well. Where Nathan Lane's like, this is just because you're a man and I'm a woman. He goes, you're not a woman, you bastard. Like, it made me laugh so hard. But his dramatic work, I've never heard of this movie either, and now I want to see it because I love Robin Williams' dramatic work so much.
It just surprises me that I've heard of something that two of you haven't. It doesn't usually work out that way. Chud.
Yeah. Well, Kevin wasn't here tonight, and so I needed some stuff like this.
I like how you and I are like, we've got some that represent him. We know he picked them.
Well, I do like this movie. It's nuclear waste is being stored under New York and mutating people. And
no lie detected.
And the homeless of New York have been living in the sewers and tunnels underground. But now they're disappearing. And they've disappeared in such great numbers that regular people on the street are disappearing now too. And it turns out it is these chuds, the cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. The guy who does the voiceover for the Wonder Years is
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern is in this in one of his early roles. He's not one of the chuds.
Chud.
This is another one like Buckaroo Banzai. Sometimes I hate it, sometimes I love it. It's not at all like the book, but it's Lynch just with a massive budget getting to run away with his heart's desire, and I got to respect that.
Music by Toto. That's incredible.
Yes. Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
I just saw that on the poster. He would be right. It'd be Sting or Police music.
But no, Toto.
Of all bands.
I was surprised I ended up with Beverly Hills Cop because I got my list in last. I just assumed this one would be taken.
This is one of the... I left Beverly Hills Cop and Supergirl off my list because I figured somebody else would want them.
Oh. I just left Supergirl off the list because I was kind of found that one boring. But, I mean, I get it. It's a good one. But, yeah, Beverly Hills Cop started out life as a Stallone vehicle. And he ended up passing on, and Eddie Murphy took it and obviously took a hard right turn into comedy. And I think probably it ended up better for it. Because Stallone's comedy that came out this year was Rhinestone.
Lorn's face. Trying to read it.
In Rhinestone, Dolly Parton tries to turn Stallone into a country music singer.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I think I've seen parts of that movie.
That's an elevator pitch that would get me in the theater.
And yet, it's... Stallone signed on to make a dark comedy, and it's not. It's not even a comedy. So this is another one that kind of dovetails with what Kevin would do, but
I was going to say Kevin's in the room with us.
I just love these kind of these action flicks, but this movie was made at the same time as its sequel, but the sequel was actually supposed to come out first. It was so Missing in Action 2, the beginning was supposed to be, right, we're making this movie, and then we're going to do the sequel at the exact same time. It's going to take place 10 years later where he comes back to get the other guys. But they realized the sequel was going to be so much better than the first one that they released the sequel first, because that's how Canon Films rolls.
I just want to know, was it going to be Missing in Actioner? Even more Missing in Action
2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
We already used that subtitle this year.
Oh, yes, because Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo did come out this year. Canon Films was just on a roll.
And that's it for Martin's picks. Marv, you got to go, so I'll go ahead and outro you out. Is there anything you want to pitch before we call it a night?
Just the M4 Empire. Check it out. That game place. We're going to be streaming Pragmata again this weekend. Wednesday night for members of the M4 Empire around 11 o'clock. Trish and I are going to do live Crime and Punishment. So that should be a lot of fun for members, but that's only for members. So yeah, come check it out and we'll catch you guys later.
All right. Thanks for being here, Marv. Take care.
And then there were 3.
And we have a super chat from Spring 91 Bear for 2. O.J. Simpson was supposed to be in The Terminator. And I think that's just an example of life imitating art.
Oh, Lord.
What?
Yeah, well, they said that he just seemed too nice to be believable as a killing machine.
Did they really?
Yep.
Love it.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Give it about a decade. Get back to me on that.
My first is Cloak and Dagger. I've talked about this one a few times in the past. It's a fond memory for me, although I don't think it's probably really all that great of a movie. I just remember it, and I think people have said this one used to replay all the time back in the day, I think on probably HBO. But it's kind of a story that's a little bit ahead of its time in a way. It was sort of a kid thriller where he's got his imaginary friend who is Dabney Coleman, who is also playing his dad, if I remember right. But he gets a video game cartridge that has got top secret information that's encoded on it, and nobody believes him. You remember this one, don't you, Martin?
I do. Yeah, this is great. It's like a kid's James Bond at times.
Yep, that's the way I remember it. And that is the kid who was in E.T. too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, I, I don't remember it with specificity. I just remember as a kid, it was like everything you wanted as a kid in a movie. And so it just sticks in my head for that reason. My next one, in a way, is kind of in the same vein. It's Runaway. This is the only science fiction movie that I can think of that Tom Selleck has been in. Have I spaced him being in others?
I can't think of any others.
It seems like he would have been in more, and this was almost kind of a cyberpunk style movie. It had Gene Simmons of all people as the villain.
Yeah.
It had robot spiders that you can see there on the poster. Uh, I I haven't seen it again in a long time, but I remember loving this one, and it's one that I should go back and revisit because I think I would have fun with this one. I
And
don't know
doesn't it take
why.
place in the far off future of a time we've already passed?
Yes, like many, all of the good science fiction movies are that way. But my next one is also a science fiction picture. This is 2010, the year we make contact, and I only just saw this movie. It was like a year or two ago. We did it for the genre guys, and I did it under protest because I hate 2001. I think it is such a pretentious mess of a movie, and I just couldn't stand it. And Lou told me, just watch this one. Trust me, it'll be fine. And he was right. This movie is actually pretty good. It's got Roy Scheider and a number of other people, but this one actually makes some kind of coherent sense without having to be high as a kite. And so I was quite surprised. I thought this was a much better movie than 2001, and I actually gave it a high recommendation. Martin, what do you think? Because I have a feeling that you probably consume more Clark than I have.
Um, yeah, probably more. I think the book is better than the movie for 2001. But yeah, 2010 is a better movie.
And our next one is another genre guy's pick, and this was Starman. Um, this is kind of a sweet pseudo romance movie with Jeff Bridges and Karen Allen, with Jeff Bridges playing an alien. Uh, and we did this one for the genre guys, I think around the same time that we did 2010. Uh, it's not the best movie in the world, but if you're looking for a sweet period piece, it's got two great actors in it. That's definitely worth your time.
It's another poster with a lot of writing on it.
It's like I said, I was noticing as I was putting all of these together, a lot of them around this time suddenly started putting all kinds of copy on there, and I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, now that you've pointed it out, I feel like I'm going to start noticing it.
Yeah,
That
I
there's
haven't.
Starman waiting in the sky.
I was going to bust out Starman.
Next up, and here's another one, same thing. Look at all the text. The Last Starfighter. And this is another one that is, again, a movie of its time. I really like the idea of an alien race trying to recruit somebody to fight in their war by using an arcade machine. This is a movie in a way that I think was ahead of its time. And one of the things that surprised me about this is that when we reviewed it for the genre guys, I thought this was going to be one that I just remembered fondly. And I thought everybody was going to go, it's this terrible movie from the 80s that didn't really make an impact. But I was quite surprised that a lot of people remembered this movie fondly. And despite the relatively low budget and the quality of the effects at the time, some of them were cutting edge. This had some of the first CGI graphics in a movie of this time. But the story holds up because it's got heart. And I think that makes it stand apart of a lot of movies that you kind of forget from this era, because you forgive its shortcomings because the people that were acting in it invested themselves in it, and you buy what they're doing. Great movie.
I've heard Kurt Russell and his son had wanted to redo that at one point.
This is one that I feel like could be remade. I don't know if you should, because sometimes I think you should leave those things well enough alone. But it is one that I think could work if done properly. This one, it's kind of a mixed bag for me because I love the Conan movies that we have with Arnold, but this one is clearly the lesser of the two. And I just kind of wish that we could get back to making these kinds of movies, the sword and sandal movies. I don't feel like we're really doing these anymore. And when we are, we're not doing them well. Um, I don't know. What's your take, Martin? How do you feel about Conan the Destroyer?
I think the first one is better. Milius' script and his sensibilities just work really well in that universe. I think Destroyer probably is not as philosophical as the first one.
And it outright steals a Cull story and puts it right in the middle of it, if I remember right. But
yeah, but I mean, some of the Conan stories are simply reworked Cull stories, anyways.
they are.
But the Conan film Conan is not story like the novel and short story Conan, anyways.
Right, but I don't know. I felt like it was lazier, I guess. Now, since you brought it up, though, I guess I should ask, which do you prefer? The Phoenix on the Sword or By This Axe I Rule?
I think I don't know.
I don't remember which one is which, but I remember I liked the Cull version better, which surprised me.
Yeah, I think By This Axe I Rule is the Cull story.
Yep, I think that's right.
And I think I do prefer that one. Yeah.
All right. Red Dawn, because you have to. this is this is not a great movie, and when you stop to think about it for even a little bit, it completely falls apart. But it's still kind of fun, and it was dealing with all of the paranoia about the idea of uh, we had a lot of angst around the Cold War for all kinds of different reasons. And the idea of the United States being invaded, while not realistic, was still a fear. There was always a worry of somehow the United States being defeated. And I think that makes it kind of a fun movie. It's also a teenage, we're going to take control of our destiny and fight back against these bastards kind of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes it fun. Romancing the Stone. I loved this movie as a kid. It's Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. Kathleen, I don't think was ever any more gorgeous. And Michael, as the swashbuckling adventure type, actually works pretty well. You've got Danny DeVito and a couple other character actors that you recognize, although you probably don't know their names. They did another one of these that, if I remember right, was not a direct sequel, but was well, maybe it was. Was Jewel of the Nile the same characters?
It was,
Or
yeah.
what? Okay,
But
I couldn't
I
remember.
don't think it was originally. I think it was one of those where there was another similar enough script that they ported them over into it.
Yep, I think that's probably right. Romancing the Stone is the better of the two movies, but they're both fun if you like these kinds of swashbuckling / romance stories. And this one is well worth another watch. My last one, everybody's gonna know, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I still go back and forth to this day whether I prefer this movie to Raiders of the Lost Ark or not. Raiders is clearly the better movie, but it's always comes down to I'm not sure which one is more fun for me. It's a different mood, each of these movies, and I love them both dearly.
When I was
Sean's
a kid,
asking,
this one was my favorite.
has your opinion changed?
I think yes, because Sean Connery. He just plays Henry Sr. so well.
So is Crusade your favorite indie movie?
I think it is, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. See,
that scene, it may come down to the scene where they're at the crossroads, and Senior is telling him why this is important.
Yep. and then he's got to slap him.
That's for blasphemy.
I love Crusade because of Connery, but I have a beef with it, which is that because of the reception to Temple of Doom, they were nervous about upsetting the audience, and they played it safe, and in many ways, it's just a rehash of Raiders. And besides that, I felt like Crusade did violence to Marcus Brody.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
And a lot of that is because in Raiders, Marcus is a mentor character to Indy. And in many ways, he recognizes the danger of going after the Ark. And there's a line in Raiders where he says if he was a little bit younger that he'd have gone after the Ark himself. And to me, that always read as he used to be a treasure hunter himself. He wasn't just this director of the National Museum of Antiquities. And one of the reviewers I used to follow used to put it as Marcus used to have his own theme song.
I like that.
But that role needed to be replaced by Henry Sr. in Last Crusade. And that meant that you had redundant characters. And so instead, they made Marcus comedic. And Denholm Elliott was very gracious in interviews, and he said that he loved the fact that they made him a figure of fun in this movie. But I always felt that compared to the way he was portrayed in Raiders, that this was disrespectful. And I didn't like the way they treated him in that movie. Love the relationship between Indy and Henry Sr. Absolutely love the climax of that movie. But it is my least favorite of the original three for that reason. So there you go. That's all of my picks for the night. So we are done with the cinema of 1984. But we do have a super chat that came in from Archer Merchant for 5 saying, I know it's not 80s, but do you think the Resident Evil being its own interpretation could be a mistake when fans seem hungry for a Leon or Chris film?
I think so. I think people have wanted particularly a Leon movie for a long time. But,
Trish?
We'll see.
Oh, I'm not familiar with it. I mean, I've heard of Resident Evil, but I'm not familiar with the various things that you're talking about there.
Well, so Trish, one thing that may pique your interest is that back when Supernatural was pretty young, people were talking about Jensen Ackles to play Leon.
I'm behind it.
Yeah.
I don't need to know anything else. I'm behind it. Whatever version gives that, that's the one I want.
All right. That is our show for tonight. Do you guys have anything Lost Guys to pitch?
We've been on a bit of a hiatus because of travel and stuff like that. But we've got some in the pipe that still need to come out.
Yep.
You can find those over on That Mark Place and T3PO here.
In between Martin and Marv before, that pretty much promoted all my stuff, so I'm good.
Okay. That's where we're going to leave it tonight. Folks, thanks for joining us tonight. Glad you found us here on That Pod Place. Make sure that you remember that this is where we're going to be at going forward. If you don't mind, please like, share, subscribe, comment, do all of the things that you would normally do. That's going to help us revive this channel, and I'm hoping it will also get out to those folks who missed us tonight because they didn't remember that we were going to be here. If you guys wouldn't mind engaging in that way, it would be a big help to me and the rest of the crew. Really appreciate it. Hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
The bell rings every morning. It's off to school and work. Waiting for some fun while my boss acts like a jerk. Pro show afternoons. Midnight sketch can't come too soon. Afternoon and sketch can't come too soon. But at night I'm filled with dread. I know just what I'll do instead. Come on and follow me. It's time you see for Lorn and Apllo. Time to laugh and learn. Come feel the burn of what the fandom was. What random fun doesn't escape? Isn't it great? Late night with Lorn and Apllo.